1961 was a special baseball season. Roger Maris belted 61 home runs, breaking Babe Ruth's single-season mark of 60 set back in 1927. Along the way, a back-and-forth chase with teammate Mickey Mantle caught the attention of an entire nation. 50 years later, the M&M boys might not be around to celebrate the memories of that historic season, but we recently caught up with some of Maris's children, Randy, Richard, Kevin, and daughter Susan in Gainesville, Florida, to discuss the season that will forever immortalize their father.
Rich, I know you weren't around for the festivities, but growing up, knowing your dad was the home run king, what was that like?
You know, growing up, knowing that, it was like you really didn't put anything into it. You know, for a long time, I remember going to school, none of our schoolmates, you know, even knew who Roger Maris was. You know, moving down here to Florida, sure, if we were in New York, it'd been something different, but moving down here, he was kind of obscure, and so it really wasn't talked about. You know, and I remember a friend of Kevin's once, you know, just kind of was like, you know, Roger Maris, who's right? And then he found out who Roger Maris was. He was like taken aback from it, you know. So, but growing up, he was just basically dad, probably just like any other kid from, you know, a ball player would tell you. It's just, you know, they just do what dads do, you know, follow you around, come to your games, support you the best they can, and just, you know, and then just following his career as we got a little bit older, then we all kind of began to, you know, see what it was all about, you know, and as we grew, you know, his legend grew along with us, and it wasn't really till probably after he passed away and with the news coverage and everything else that we were pretty much, you know, started. I know as myself, I learned a lot more after he died through the media and just everything else, and then, you know, then that dot would have died down. And then when, you know, McGwire started his approach, it all came to light again, and then you learned some more things, you know, about what had transpired in '61, and, you know, so, I mean, it was all good. It was a big learning experience, you know, throughout the course, I know, of my life, from the time where he was just dad to all of a sudden I started learning a little bit more about him as a ball player, and to where we stand today, you know. It's just been a growing thing, and like today, I'm sure I'll learn something new.
And that goes even more what Randy, what you were saying. He was just from the Midwest. So he was a Midwestern kid, and he just wanted to do his job. Did he ever talk to you about that season?
Yeah, we had quite a few conversations. I used to hang out with Dad, you know, constantly, and, you know, he'd take us out to the lake, and every once in a while, and, you know, I'd jump and go, whether we working on the house or doing whatever. And you know, the friend Richard was talking about, it was 2 years we were friends before he realized who Dad was, you know. And but that's just the way Dad was. Dad talked about baseball if you brought it up to him, and if you didn't, you know, he wasn't going to, you know, bring up his accolades or anything. But you know, we talked about it from time to time, and, you know, he really enjoyed '61 to a degree, and then towards the end of it, and probably '62 were a little, you know, more stressful for him. But, you know, he enjoyed, you know, probably going through '61 to a point that, you know, obviously the media made it a little more difficult to enjoy. But he actually told me that his swing was better in '60 than in '61, you know, and he was on a pretty good pace in '60. And he ended up breaking his ribs, I think, breaking up a double play. And, you know, if you look back through his career, you know, he had appendicitis, emergency appendicitis. He had broken ribs different times, had broken hand.
Tommy Davis pokes the ball down the right field line. Maris, trying to grab the ball at the foul line, collides with the wall and hurts his left arm. As the ball caroms away, Tommy Davis slides in with a triple. Manager Houck and the Yankee trainer go out to see how badly Roger is injured. Maris's arm is severely bruised, and he is forced to withdraw from the game.
You know, if you look back through his career before those injuries, I mean, he was hitting 300 plus, you know, and everyone goes, oh, well, he was only hitting, you know, he only hit 260 career. But, you know, he played through a lot of injuries, you know, and the injuries, you know, they wanted ticket sales, and, you know, he was a team player enough that he'd go out there, you know, with a bad hamstring or bad ribs and swing around that soreness. Nowadays, they go down to AAA if they get a hangnail sometimes, you know, until that hand's a little better, and then, you know, they don't want to worry. They don't want stats to be affected at all nowadays, you know. And Dad said, you know, if he'd have realized everything was based on a number, you know, he may have handled things a little bit different than going right back in the lineup and playing to win games and for attendance reasons. But, you know, again, Dad was that type of guy. You know, he's there to play and win and, you know, succeed.
And just to touch on that a little bit, you know, when Dad had injuries, obviously they made him play. I mean, back then there was no free agency. It was like you're there or you go home. And, you know, there were several times where they'd tell Dad, okay, hey, if it looks like you're out, don't stretch it, run through the bag. Well, of course, the fans thinks he's jaking it, you know, so that's where he got a bad rap on a lot of that stuff. But like Ralph Halk always used to tell him, I'd rather have a Roger Maris at 65% than somebody else at 100%. So, you know, that's just the kind of athlete Dad was, and the team player that he was, is say, I'm not going to sit out for this. I'm going to do what I can to help my team.
He awaits the pitch. Here it is. There it goes. A long drive deep to right field. Going. It's gone. Number 54 for Roger Maris.